Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca and today I'm bringing you a setup video of my old greenhouse cabinet. We are finally, well not old, old makes it sound bad. My greenhouse cabinet that I've had and have loved. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to use it in this house because I just didn't know of the right spot. But here I am before this blank wall that is next to my plant room. My plant room is on the other side of this wall, as you can see, the door. And I am kind of running out of room in the plant room, and that's where I was initially thinking I wanted to put it. But this wall has been blank, and it's not like it gets like a ton of natural light by any means, but it does have this window here that is a north-facing window. Again, not a lot of natural light, but the cabinet has its own lighting system, so it really doesn't matter if it gets direct light anyway. And this is actually in a secondary living room that we don't find ourselves in a ton. It's also next to our dining room. So I don't know, I just figured this wall is here, and if I want to move it eventually, I totally can. It's not too hard to move if I eventually do want to move it or possibly get rid of it. I don't really know, but what I do know is that I'm sick of having plants just on the floor in the plant room, and I want to see them thriving again, so we're gonna set this up. The cabinet is outside on my patio, and it has been out there for basically since we moved here because it doesn't rain. It has not rained, and so I have not had to worry about the weather affecting it whatsoever, but we're gonna bring it back inside, give it a good wash down, and start setting it back up. Okay, so I have all of my components back in here. You guys, I have hardly ever used this. I need to figure out a way to use it because I want to, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to make something. I'm also going to link all of these shelves in the description box if you guys are interested in anything that I got here. I also have a video where I did like a makeover on the space, and you can see all of that. These are the Soltech Grove lights, which I absolutely love. These lights are incredible. They just kind of magnetize into the holders, which I have a sticky command thing. It came with a sticky command thing, and I just link them into that, and then you magnetize them into that, and then they're really easy to remove and travel with, obviously. In that video, I showed my fan system. I would really like to get some custom fan covers because I just put some De La Plant stickers on it, but that's not actually what it's supposed to be. But I'm still kind of figuring out these fans because they are sometimes really loud. So I wonder if it is just because I don't have the cover on them. And also I wish they were white. I think it was hard to find them in white. So I wonder if I could like paint the frame white, but not the actual fan mechanism. I don't know if that would hurt it. Anyway, just wanted to check in that I'm now putting in all of the components, and I will check back in with you when it's time to bring back the plants. My microphone thing is dead. So, sorry, we're gonna raw dog the audio for a second, but I'm going to redo the weather stripping in a few areas just because I have extra from the first time I did it, and some of it is just clearly starting to peel off. So we're just going to give it a fresh coat, you know? This is what I used last time, and honestly, it was fine. Like I never had any issues with it. I like that it's like basically the exact width of the door here. It works pretty well. We'll just keep using it. The last addition to this are my Clarinervium poles, which I am really sad to report this, and I don't know why it's happening. My cabinet doors are no longer lining up. The plant leaf is going to look like this and not like this. And oh, the bottom part broke off. I didn't even notice. Well, anyway. All right, so it's already not going well for it, but we have these little spacers in here to just keep everything tight. Let's see like how off it is. Oh, it's so off. It looks so bad. Why is it like that? I don't know. I feel like I should like take off the doors and see. Normally when doors, like just as a little trivia, normally when doors are not lining up, it's because there is some sort of like unevenness on the floor, which like I'm not going to deny that the floor is uneven. It could be. But to think that this floor is uneven and the flooring at my other house was not, I just don't know. I don't know if I buy that. What I had in there before was my anthurium / any plants that might have been struggling or propagating or something like that. So my Splendid, which I recently propagated, is definitely gonna go in there. It already lost 2 leaves. So I'm a little frustrated. I almost just like threw it away and bought a new one, but we're going to persevere with her. The inside of this pot is lined and glazed, so it'll hold moisture pretty well, and there's no hole at the bottom. So, and I also put sphagnum moss in here. So we're not doing water propping for her anymore because it was like rotting or something was going wrong, and I honestly don't know why. I do feel like I want to put my clarinervium in there again, and I'm gonna cut off these flowers before it goes in because they're very stinky. I think they're like rotting. There's a lot of flies all over them, and I tried to pollinate, but I don't think it took, and the top of this is like turning black, so I don't think it took. But I'm gonna leave the flower that I pollinated just in case, but this one is spent, so we're gonna get rid of it. She also recently put out a baby off to the side. You can see this tiny leaf right here. That's that. And that is really exciting. I'm super excited for her to be making big moves like that instead of just always blooming. Maybe eventually I'll be able to remove that baby or like keep it in there, I guess. I don't know. There's no rush to do anything with it. But I would like to revamp the pot situation because I did do this extender, which has been good, but a lot of the soil has just like gone into the big pot. So there's not really doing much anymore, but there are definitely roots up here that formed because of that, which is great. So yeah, Clary's definitely going in there. These two were always roommates in there right next to each other. And with this one losing all of its leaves from the wind, that did have this leaf right here that looked really good. And then the freaking wind blew it off because I left it outside for too long after watering it. So now we're down to 1, which is such a bummer, but that's okay. Okay, the bottom of my regale, which the top of this piece of this plant, I already threw away because it was just not good. And I'm not seeing anything happening here, but we will persevere. We will keep her in, we'll put her in the cabinet and see if the humidity does anything. I hope it does, because if not, I think I want to rebuy the regale, even though I did talk a lot of crap about it. I'm just gonna start with that grouping of plants. I always put the ugly stumps on the bottom. These two were always on this shelf here, and I still really like that vibe. I need to get the saucer for this. It's actually planted in a berry bowl. If you guys remember when I was packing up my stuff, I had a video sponsored by Etsy and I hadn't received this item yet. It's such a perfect little pot for anthurium or an orchid or just really anything. I think it's so cute. And it also came with a saucer. Miss Clary was always in this bottom corner here. I hope that she enjoys being back in her little kingdom. Splendid. I'm just gonna put it like towards the back. Although maybe if I move this tray down, I can put it inside of the tray. But no, actually no. No. I'll just put it right there. It's like a good spot. Okay, let's go get more plants. I feel like I don't have enough, but I'm just gonna start putting stuff in here, you know? Anthurium longissimens, something like that, will be perfect for back here. It is recovering really well from the crazy sunburn that it received in the greenhouse. It has a new leaf coming in, and I repotted it and staked it back up, and it's looking a lot better. So I do think that eventually it will recover pretty well. This is my Anthurium baluenum, and if I put this in here, I'm not really gonna have room for much else on the bottom. So we'll see. The leaves just take up a lot of real estate. But I think if I just like turn it, it'll be good. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Now I'm bringing in Hoya because they have been horribly neglected, so I'm hoping that putting them in here helps them a little bit. I can't really fit a lot of them in these little trays. The trays are so annoying. They're only like 2.5 inches wide or something, and like most pots do not fit in that. And I did try to find a different solution, like shelves instead, but they weren't compatible with the pegboard that I have. Like I didn't buy them from the same store, and so they ended up breaking. So I might actually see if the store that I got my pegboard from sells shelves or anything like that, because I would like to put like at least 2 more Hoya like right here, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to because they just don't fit on the current shelves. But I need like probably like 1 more plant for right here. Let's see what we have. Okay, I mean, I guess we can go with this one. I guess that's actually perfect. So yeah, there we go. There is our plant cabinet. The only thing that's empty now is this. And I really want to put something in it, but I don't have anything. So it'll have to wait. Thank you so much for joining me as we re-put together my plant cabinet. I do feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders having this inside again, so it's not gonna get ruined if it ever does decide to rain here. And number 2, just to have these plants in a place where they're going to thrive, because my plant room just doesn't get that great of lighting. Like it looks good like standing in there, but as far as like plants getting what they need and growing, we're not really there. So I am working on possibly doing a grow light situation in there too, but I want it to not feel like grow lights. So I'm probably going to look on Soltech and see if I can maybe do a track lighting system, something like that. But all in all, we've got a lot of work ahead of us still, and I'm really excited to continue to hunker down and just feel and just make this place feel more like home. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.